IVM.
All right, welcome to another episode of IVM Likes. This is the 199th episode of IVM Likes. Can you imagine that? 199, one more week for episode 200. So thank you guys for tuning in for so long. And if you are a new listener of IVM Likes, how a typical episode works is we talk about a cool pop culturally relevant topic. And on this episode, we're going to be talking about the Friends reunion in the first half, and in the second half we will give you guys some awesome recommendations to something that we have recently been checking out. So that's coming up on this episode. Joining me on the episode are Surohini Jain. Hey Surohini, what's up?
Hello. Thank you for having me here.
Awesome, welcome back. And also joining us is new IVM staffer Spoorthi. Spoorthi, how are you?
Hi, Antraj. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Where are you from, Spoorthi? This is literally the
I
first
am from-
conversation we are having, or maybe
Yeah.
the third, but the other two were very short, less than 2 minutes, I would say, each. The previous two
Yeah.
conversations we've had. So this is technically the first good conversation we'll have with each other. And
First good conversation, right?
yep. So how did you get into podcasting? Is this your first job in podcasting?
Podcasting, because I like something to do with audio. I was a radio
Yeah.
jockey before. So audio is, my strength, I would call it. So
You've been an RJ?
Yep, I was.
What? For which station?
92.7 Big FM.
Hey, wow. What? Dude, that's the
What
one with,
happened?
isn't that the one with Ek Kahani SEB was on that channel, you know? The horror
That's
show?
in Mumbai, I guess. I was doing a Mangalore show. Mine was
yeah.
basically Kannada
in
radio
Kannada.
station. Yeah.
Oh, cool, man. Wow. IVM has been hiring a lot of people from radio. Like
Yeah.
Ekta,
Radio background, right?
Vinay,
Ekta as well.
Jalas-
Yeah.
Vinay as well. Jalasmi also. Yeah, they're all from radio.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Wow, very cool.
So audio space always excites me, and for podcast is also one of the audio medium, and I really like doing something with audio.
Okay,
I
cool.
feel it
Then
is much closer and very exciting to work with.
that's awesome because
Yeah.
so my recommendation that will come up at the end of the episode. My recommendation
okay.
is on point for you. Is perfect for you. You will love it.
I'm guessing it. What did it? Okay, let me wait.
Sorry, are you guessing it? Did you say you're guessing?
Yeah,
It?
I'm guessing your recommendation, but let me wait.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Or you can
Okay.
you can give the guess right now, and then at the end of it we will say.
No. Let it be a surprise for you and for me as well.
Oh, all right, cool. Chalo, take it. So let's do this.
Okay.
We'll both write down what the recommendation is. We'll put it up to the screen.
Yes,
And
I'll
sure.
yeah,
I'll judge.
you'll judge.
Yeah. No cheating, okay? So
Yeah,
really
okay.
will be this. No
Chalo,
cheating.
done.
Cool.
Done. Chalo.
Message
Okay.
me at Zoom per.
Right
right.
now, okay.
Okay. So stay tuned. We'll be right back right after this break.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you're not following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We'd like to thank the sponsors on the network this week, Cred, PayPal, and Siet. Thank you. We really do appreciate the support. So this week on Cyrus Says was great. We had Meghna joining us on Cock and Bull, Tanveer Taj and Priyanka Jena talking about pets. Yuma Qureshi talks about her new television show and her life in Bollywood. And to celebrate 700 episodes on Cyrus Says, we had a number of his previous producers come on board and reminisce. Tune into This Round Is On Me, where Gauri Devi Dayal was joined by Samir Sheth and Yash Banage. These are the guys who started Bombay Canteen, O Pedro, and a number of other restaurants. Really great conversations they had with Gauri. On The Habit Coach, Ashton Doctor tells us about nourishing creativity and the importance of losing and some micro habits to counter overthinking. On their 75th episode, Ritasha and Rayushi talk to Naveen Richards. On The Note with Monica Nayat, she speaks with Komal Nahata to talk about the business of Bollywood, lockdown losses, piracy issues, and experiments being done to keep it going. On Advertising is Dead, Varun is joined by Guru Bhatt, VP of Customer Success Platform for PayPal India, to talk about how the digital money landscape and the fintech ecosystem has fundamentally altered the world. We also have Thalarate, our Kannada podcast, hosts Ganesh and Pawan discuss video games, and Sivakamyam Sabatam, the Tamil show where Kavita Jiva sheds light in another story about the bravery and excellence in the governance of the Pallava dynasty. And with that, let's get you back to your show.
All right, welcome back. We're talking about the Friends reunion. So last week, just to give Spoorthi some background because she wasn't here last week.
Yeah.
Last week we talked about Friends in general, the TV show.
Okay.
Like how much we love that show. Surohini, I, Ekta, and Vinay, we were all like huge fans of the show.
Yeah.
And I imagine you are as well. That's why you bothered
Absolutely.
watching
Yes.
the reunion. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Big fan.
So,
Yeah.
what we did at the end of the episode last week is we gave our predictions for the IMDb rating. of
Okay.
the reunion. Okay.
Okay.
So you have seen this thing, the show,
Okay.
but I'm sure you haven't bothered to go online and check out what the IMDb rating actually is,
No,
right?
no, no.
So
I
can
haven't.
you also guess?
Nice.
But you will,
Okay.
first I have to clarify
Okay.
that you will have a little more like just knowledge about the
Mhm.
reunion because you've seen it. So
Yeah.
yours will be a post having watched this
Yeah.
thing, but you're giving
Yes.
the
Yes.
IMDb rating. What do you think is the IMDb rating?
IMDb rating. See, I will give a very good rating for the Friends show because it is very close to me and my favorite show. But
Fair enough.
considering the reunion, West, I did not like some of the part, and I
Yeah.
wanted some people to be there in the show.
Yeah, like Paul Rudd.
Unfortunately,
Damn it.
exactly. Yeah.
Damn it! Why the hell was Paul Rudd not there? Dude?
Yeah.
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 I know. So I would give it 8.
8. Okay, wow. So Roni, do you remember your rating from last week?
7.6. Yes.
Okay, mine was 7.2.
And I know I
Mine was
lost.
8.
I know I lost.
Okay.
Mine is
Okay,
8.
the actual rating right now is
Yes,
8.4.
Oh, I'm the
So
closest.
Spoorthi is the closest.
I
yes.
win. I win.
Seriously?
Okay.
Yeah.
8.4.
Yeah, 8.4.
I was okay. Let me tell you one thing. I was about to get 8.5. Then I thought about Mike and I was like, okay, no, 8.
Then you talk about Mike.
Yeah,
Mike is worth 5 points to you. 0.5 points. Mike is worth-
8.4. Wow.
that's great.
That's totally
It actually came down a bit. When I first checked the date it came out, it was 8.7. So I think what happened is almost everyone was pleasantly surprised at
Yeah.
how good the reunion
Yeah.
actually was.
Yeah,
It had everything,
absolutely.
dude. It had everything. It
Yeah,
had comedy.
yeah.
It had the
Yeah.
feels. I teared up in
Everything.
2 places.
Yeah.
There were also
It
some
was
places
not
which I wasn't a
lengthy.
fan of. It
Same.
it was not lengthy. You said?
Yeah, it was not
Yeah,
like
correct. It wasn't. It
I
wasn't
mean,
like
it didn't.
But
It's
it
chalte
didn't
ja raha hai.
feel, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It didn't feel like it was like 1 hour and 30 minutes, right? It went in
It did
like,
not-
it's
Yep,
over.
Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was able to finish it in like over a period of like 3 hours or something. I finished the entire thing. But you know how it works because you pause
Yeah.
it, you take a drink, you go down for take a smoke,
Then
and then
you
you continue
cry.
watching.
Then you try, grab a tissue and come back and watch it again. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
No, but I didn't stop. I started like after the war, because it was a weekday, so I started watching at 10 o'clock in the night, and I finished it by 11:30, and I was like, okay, that was the longest episode of Friends I've watched.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
In one shot.
So we are
I'll
talking
tell you
about all
one
of
funny
it.
thing which I did. Actually,
Yes.
I watched the reunion on the day. Okay, I had my
same.
exams the next day, so I watched it. Watched it completely 1 hour and 30 minutes. But next morning, I felt like, I didn't watch it properly because I had my exams. Was I in that feeling? And I
Wait.
rewatched it again.
You just had your exams like 2-3 days back.
And yep, I just finished my masters.
Oh wow, dude! Congrats.
There's only
That's
things
awesome.
going on.
Congratulations.
Wow. And
Yeah, so I rewatched it again the next day, and I watched the routine episode which David Beckman mentions in that's his
Yep.
favorite show and the
Yeah,
episode. I
The
went
routine.
back and watched it. Yeah,
and that's hilarious.
the
So
routine.
again, like, there were. So again, let's talk. Okay, let's start going chronologically.
Step by step.
Okay,
Yeah.
in the episode, there were like the episode was basically divided into 5 parts. If you guys noticed, there was
Yeah.
first them coming on to set,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely,
Coming
yeah.
on to
Yeah.
set, which I think
Meeting
firstly
each
was
other.
very well done. Then
Yeah.
that part immediately I got chills. I was like
Yeah,
just seeing these people back on that set and back in that apartment was just I don't know what it was. It literally gave me
No.
goosebumps. I was
Yeah.
I was
and
literally
especially
pinching
that
myself.
17 years later, I was like,
Exactly.
oh shit, 17 years later. Yeah,
Exactly.
that feel.
And like I'm sure all of you also remember the order in which they all appeared back on the set.
Ross,
Yeah.
Phoebe.
No, it was
Phoebe.
Phoebe, then Ross. Phoebe
No,
first, right?
that was
Oh,
first Ross.
Okay, then we
Phoebe.
don't remember, I guess.
Oh,
I
it's
remember
first Ross.
clearly.
Okay, yeah,
First Ross,
you're right. It was yeah.
Jennifer, Joey,
Ross,
Monica, and then last Chandler.
Monica,
Yeah, exactly.
then last Chandler. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. Okay, I thought I remembered. I'm sorry. Okay, but so exactly, like, dude, every time these people were all coming together and meeting. Of course, you know that backstage they've off camera they've already met and hugged. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
But seeing them do that,
Mhm.
and at least for our sake,
Yeah, I
acting
mean-
as if, hey, I haven't seen you for 17 years or whatever, how long it's
Yeah.
been.
No, like I mean, even if they have not, they have definitely seen each other.
But on
a
screen,
lot.
they've not been together.
But
All 7
on
of
screen,
them.
but
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've
all
not
6 of
seen
them.
the set.
And the set, for
They've
sure.
not
dude. Can you
seen the
imagine?
set. I mean,
The
that was, I
feeling.
think that was the fear,
Yeah.
chill wala feeling that you're talking
And
I mean, even
they
though
were even,
they have met, off screen obviously before coming in,
yeah.
it didn't feel like scripted or anything. Especially when
yeah.
Monica comes and cries and Joey
That's true.
wipes out her tear. Like, wow, it's
Yeah,
so
man,
beautiful
that was
to watch.
damn beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
very,
sweet.
very beautiful. Yeah,
Man, damn cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That got me. Yeah, man, that got me going. So
You should have given a disclaimer, pata hai?
क्या disclaimer था?
So many spoilers that we are
Okay,
gonna
guys,
give.
spoiler alert. Major spoilers. I think that's a given, man. At the beginning of the episode, I've said we're talking about Friends reunion.
Yeah.
You know
And,
what? The major spoiler in the entire show is, when Ross and Rachel telling that they both had crush
we'll
on
come
each
to that.
other.
We'll come to that.
yeah, we would have come to that.
Section.
Yeah.
But again, like, yeah, that was a big revelation.
Yeah, it's spoiler.
Also, by the way, since it's ended, there have been certain things that have come out of the reunion. One is the rumor that Matthew Perry health-wise is not doing that great.
Yeah.
Which apparently is not true. Let me this is what I've heard. Apparently, the earlier in the day or the night previous to the reunion, he had gotten some tooth surgery. So after tooth surgery, you slur your words, dude. You can't help it. It's just what it is. You're in pain and you slur your words and you talk slow. It's just what it is. So hopefully that's the only thing, and there's nothing more sinister or more
Thank God.
medically wrong with him. Yeah, thank God, which is totally fine. He was my favorite character always of Friends, so hopefully he lives the longest. No, I'm joking. I don't care. It's totally,
I want all the 6 to live the longest life. Come on, all 6.
Yeah, all 6 of them. I'm just joking.
Oh, yeah.
Also, another thing that has come out from the Friends reunion is Joey dad memes, which is
I saw this today.
Joey Tribbiani. I'm saying Matt LeBlanc. Looks like an old Irish dad.
Irish uncle, yeah.
like just like people are like taking like random captions, like random screenshots of the Friends thing, cutting out Joey and putting him in different scenarios. Like one where he's like surrounded by people who are playing the bagpipes.
I know.
He's just sitting there nicely.
And the one where he like. I actually really didn't. Okay, if he'll come to that, I don't know if he'll come to that.
No, say it. It's fine. We can go back and forth.
Yeah, so I really I hadn't imagined Joey to do that. Could I be wearing any more clothes wala scene?
Oh,
yeah. Correct.
God.
And he started doing lunges. That lunges part. Yeah. He did the lunges, I cracked up. Like that. But that entire thing, I actually hated because I hated the non-essential cameos.
Yeah,
absolutely, yeah.
Like the Justin Biebers and all that.
I could have seen any one more character like repetition also.
Absolutely, dude. I would have, give me more Gunther. Get Gunther talking. Give me Janice was there. Thank God she was there.
Oh yeah, she was good. Amazing.
Dude, it's Friends.
Get them to do that.
It is literally,
I don't mind.
Exactly. What I'm saying is, it's Friends, dude. It is literally one of the biggest shows that has ever existed.
Yeah.
If you ask any of your guest stars to come back, like Tom Selleck came back, Richard, right? You ask Bruce Willis to come back just for an appearance. He'll come back, dude. They'll send a video to do something.
Absolutely.
How did Paul Rudd not get involved? I want to know the actual answer to that.
Because it's very skeptical. Okay, the producers made an excuse saying we can't get all the people at once, but that seemed like an excuse.
I mean,
at least like Gunther, they could have given some, even the audio.
Yeah, like also,
wishes, anything.
Yeah. See, Paul Rudd is such a huge star. Agreed. Okay, right now he is the biggest than all the other cast members at this point. But fair enough. What I'm saying is, all it would have taken is like a minute of his time, 5 minute tops for multiple takes that he could have given a cool message or something.
Yeah.
That's all that would have taken him. They knew they were doing this. They were doing this reunion like at least a few months in advance, I imagine, right?
Yeah.
So they knew this. They could have easily contacted him. So I want to know what their actual reason is that he wasn't even in it at all.
Yeah.
Because Mike and Phoebe.
That's a really big question mark for all the fans.
Yep. So that's why we deserve another reunion with Paul
exactly. No, I think who else was missing? Like, I know Gunther was there.
Gunther was there. But dude, Gunther looked nothing like Gunther. I had to look up who that actor was. Man,
actually, even until the name appeared, I couldn't figure out who he was.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Exactly.
Until he was introduced.
The Janice cameo was quite nice, quite cool. And
nice.
Yeah.
Reese Witherspoon gave her
Dude, yeah, even Reese
Little
Witherspoon
messy.
she's an Oscar-winning actress. If Reese Witherspoon can make it, then Paul Rudd should be able to make it, dude.
Yeah,
That was no
absolutely.
problem. Yeah, I would have liked Christina Applegate, Rachel's other sister, also to come.
Christina Applegate, yeah, she
Yeah,
she
she
could
would've
have
been
done
nice.
the fashion show, man. Come on.
She was on the
Absolutely,
fashion show.
yeah.
Yeah, very true. Very true. But oh well, now Mrs. can't be helped. Can't be helped. But again, I would have really liked Paul Rudd and Bruce Willis to have come on because they were some of my favorite guest stars on the show.
Yeah.
Moving on. So there was we were talking about the reunion in the apartment, right? Both the
Yes.
apartments. Firstly, the
Yeah.
first Monica's and Joey and Chandler's. And that part where Joey and Chandler go and sit on those chairs.
Rosita.
Yeah, right. Oh, so good. But if you guys noticed one part, at one point, Matthew Perry, they do the chair thing, right? And then Matthew Perry says, Maddie, I missed you so much, Maddie. And then Matthew Blank just doesn't pay attention to what he says. He just talks about
He just
something else.
enjoys. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's enjoying his
He's
moment.
enjoying the moment and all.
Yeah.
But he doesn't notice that Matthew Perry is like, dude, buddy, I love you. And this guy like, yeah, hey, good times, huh? Good times.
And one more thing that happened right after that when they show the earlier Joey and Chandler. Oh my god, I felt so sad. For that very moment, I wished, God should have given them the deal that they remain 30 for life.
30
long.
forever. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was like a
nice.
shit. At least them both.
Yes.
Yeah.
They should have actually talked about that episode also. Yeah, another
Yeah.
Turning 30 episode is great. It's
Oh,
great
I have
into
great.
understanding character or each of those characters, of how each of those characters react to turning 30 is very interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry, you
I
were
have
saying?
this
Sorry?
question. Yeah, I have this question. Okay, out of all the flashbacks we had in this reunion, which do you think was missing? Which flashback was missing?
Which all flashbacks did we have?
So we had
Joey Chandler, right?
Joey Chandler,
had Ross Rachel.
Phoebe. Then we had
We had Monica Chandler actually.
Yeah, dude.
Monica Chandler.
we had-
Yeah. Ross and Monica. We had dance wala jo bit tha. Then
Oh yeah, correct. Yeah. Oh, okay. You're talking about going back to the old. You know what I loved was them laughing at their own bloopers.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
was so fun, dude.
Blooper
Because
where
I'm sure we, being fans of Friends, have seen those bloopers so many times.
100.
Yeah, we
Right?
have seen
It's
We
still
all know-
funny.
We all know the Joey falling down wala blooper.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
best event ever.
Yeah.
And everything goes wrong like multiple times in that sad scene.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad they talked about that on the this thing.
So we didn't
That blooper.
really had their reaction to their bloopers, and that was really
Back then, yeah.
really
Yeah, correct. That we did not have that. That's so true. So they're smart. The people who made the reunion are also like this. They're smart. They know what the
Very
fans
smart.
want.
Yeah.
See, also, I hated that Justin Bieber and the Lady
Mhm.
Gaga part and all
Oh,
that.
absolutely. I really hated
Yeah,
Lady Gaga.
but I
she
understand.
ruined Smelly
Exactly.
Cat.
Exactly. But I understand why they did it. They wanted
Mhm.
eyeballs. This is like the Friends reunion was was HBO Max ka big launch in a sense.
yeah, basically
So,
yes.
so basically, like what these platforms do, like Netflix and HBO and all, right? They get the biggest property they can to get the biggest eyeballs they can from that property. That's why Netflix is paying $100 million a year to keep
Hmm.
Friends on the platform.
Mm.
Because Friends is so big, people are still watching it so much that if someone
Yeah.
wants to watch Friends, they have to now go to Netflix. So that's huge for Netflix. That's why
I
they
imagine
prefer HBO
what
Max.
would have. I imagine what was going on in Netflix office when Friends reunion
Dude, they're just fuming.
launch,
So, like,
yeah.
damn it.
it was really like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
But Netflix also is still smart, man. I think like a couple of hours or like while it was going on, the Friends reunion, they tweeted out going after watching the Friends reunion, please come watch Friends on Netflix. Like
Oh.
after reminiscing, like basically after
they
reminiscing
knew
on the Friends
they knew
reunion.
India में Z5
Yeah.
में कोई नहीं रुकने वाला है.
Dude, and also
And they're very
in all
smart.
fairness, yeah, please go ahead.
Netflix has changed their cover page of the Friends episode, like Friends whole show. It's
Oh,
like them going back. Yeah, it felt like Friends reunion, so that people actually click and watch it. I
What?
went
They
to
did
Netflix and when this happen? Yeah,
You're
it
saying
felt
they
like a reunion. I mean,
the
they
thumbnail,
changed it.
the thumbnail,
Yeah,
was the Friends
thumbnail.
reunion thumbnail.
It wasn't that Friends reunion, but it felt like all of them going back.
Oh.
They did not have it earlier. It was a very
Oh, they
smart
changed
move.
the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Got it.
Thumbnail, Smart. That's
They
smart. For sure.
recreated that photo. No,
Very
they
smart, yeah.
recreated
For sure,
that
yeah.
photo.
Yep. Although I don't know if someone needs to be tricked to watch Friends at this point. You just watch
Yeah.
Friends.
True.
Anyway, so then There was the apartment part we just talked about.
Yeah.
Then there was the interview part with James Corden.
Yes.
The one where in front of the
Yeah.
in front of the live audience.
Yeah.
Firstly,
The
you guys
fountain.
realize that the live audience had to be restricted to very few people, right?
Yeah.
It would have been
Yeah.
a much bigger affair had this been in
Absolutely.
non-COVID times.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, I feel the guest list also had these the cameo actors. It was a very small gathering.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
So also, I really love that they did it in front of the fountain, like
Yeah, the iconic.
yeah, the iconic fountain, because like I wouldn't have thought of that. I don't think like nobody would have missed that
Everybody
fountain if it wasn't
would
there.
have thought of I thought it would be on the Central Park couch, and
Yeah, that's what I also thought. I could just as easily have been in a studio on the Central Park couch, and they could
Yeah, I
just
mean,
stayed
they
there the
touched
entire
upon
episode.
every aspect of the Friends, right from beginning to
Yep,
the end,
yep.
apartment,
Exactly.
fountain,
And
everything.
also, before this, I don't think I had ever even thought about checking out interviews from people like Marta Kaufman and David Crane, like the creators of Friends.
Mm-mm.
I was always just obsessed about the cast.
Yeah.
And
True.
again, this reunion made me realize that, dude, good shows have the best
absolutely.
writers behind them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And the story how they did the
Exactly.
like, they got
The next part,
Friends.
what was extremely interesting for me is how the casting process happened.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Right? That was so interesting,
That
dude.
was
just,
very
I mean,
interesting.
yeah.
Did you guys also have this thought that, oh shit, what if
Kash main
the
hota
cast
wahan
had,
pe.
what if they have miscasted people? Chandler wouldn't be there. Did you feel that?
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
felt that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, dude, any
Oh,
one
yeah.
role being different
Yeah.
could have changed the entire show. You don't know.
Entire
Could
show,
have
yeah.
been the reason that the show didn't work. That it
Yes,
didn't become
yes,
this
yes.
big. Anything could have happened. But yeah, like as like one of my favorite people in the world is a person named Chris Hardwick. He has a podcast called ID10T, which is, if you write it down, it's idiot is the podcast. ID10T. Okay, and earlier it was called the Nerdist podcast. Maybe you guys have heard of the Nerdist podcast.
I think.
So anyway, he always says that people don't realize how many things have to go right for a TV show to become good. For a TV show to be good, you need to have the right casting, you need to have the right dialogues, you need to have the right timing, you need to have the right director, you need to have, the lighting needs to be fine. Everything needs to go right to put on a good TV show. And any one of those things being not right can result in a blunder or like in a bad TV show.
Yeah.
So the amount of things that went right week after week, month after month, year after year on Friends for 10 years.
That was
ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
So that casting part.
It's nice how they observe all these minute details. Initially they haven't planned of, making Monica and Chandler a couple. They saw the audience reaction, and that's how they built
that reaction.
That was amazing.
So after that, after watching the Friends reunion, I went and watched another like such kind of a long interview thing with the creators when Friends had just ended, or like the finale was just about to air or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
So before that, they had like a big interview also with the creators and with the cast and all that. And they were talking about how this casting process happened then. And Chandler in that interview says that he had actually counted the number of seconds that they had to pause before they could say the next line in that moment when Monica and Chandler, Monica comes out and says, "Do you think he knew I was here?" Right?
Yeah.
They had wait for 29 seconds. Which is huge, dude. On TV, 29 seconds feels like forever.
Yeah.
If you're just stuck in that reaction, you can't even do anything because it's a sitcom, right?
Yeah.
You can't act as if, okay, let's go do something else for 29 seconds and come back. They have to live in that moment.
Yeah.
So for 29 seconds, that's insane.
Absolutely.
And also, I really thought the creators were really smart in introducing that plot point at the end of that season.
Yeah, absolutely.
That they had the entire summer or whatever, the winter to plan out where they want to go with it.
Very smart. Very
smart.
Yeah, man, so cool. So then the casting process, right? So they were talking about the first one to get cast was Ross because they thought of him only. They wrote the role with his voice in mind. And turns out he had actually quit acting before that.
Yeah.
I mean, how things work out,
theater.
Yeah, how things work out, man. That's
crazy,
insane. Yeah. Next was it Monica the next? I forgot. Phoebe was next.
Yeah, Phoebe.
Yeah, Phoebe
was
next.
Phoebe,
they liked her I don't remember much about
Yeah.
it.
She nailed the audition.
Nailed the
That's what
audition.
she said.
She was a
Yeah.
she was a waitress in one of
Oh
Ursula.
yeah,
Ursula
Ursula.
was
She was
actual
Ursula in
character.
yeah. I think it was it
Yeah.
Family
That was
Ties
a-
or something. What is the other show?
I don't know, but her name
I never
character
saw
was
that show.
Ursula. Yeah.
Yeah, but a character was
So
Ursula.
she was playing that character in another producer's show, no? The
another
producer.
sitcom basically. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
I think from
David
there she
Crane's husband was on that show or something, no? And
probably
he said,
yeah, something.
"Hey, you be
Maker,
on
he was a maker
Phoebe."
of that show, something like that, and then
Yeah, he said your
Okay.
Phoebe's right here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, correct,
that's what she said.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's again damn cool. Again,
Yeah.
I also think that they use that Ursula plot point also quite well. But they
Ah.
stopped using it
Yeah,
later
yeah.
years. They used it like twice or thrice in the earlier few seasons, and then they stopped using it. Because it makes sense. I think what must have happened is that other TV show just discontinued whenever it stopped airing.
Maybe.
And
Yeah.
after that, you can't have crossovers with characters who are already not existent anymore. No.
Absolutely.
Maybe that's what happened. Yeah. The next was it Joey
Next
or
was
Monica?
Joey.
Next?
Next
Next
was
Joey?
Joey. Yeah, I think.
How did they
Joey or
cast him?
Chandler?
No, I think next was Joey.
Chandler was actually Joey was the third
Chandler
one.
was the last one they talked about, no?
No, Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer
was the
Aniston
last
was
Yeah, Rachel
Okay,
was
okay.
the last one.
So the next
Joey,
one was
Monica, Chandler, and Jennifer Aniston.
Chandler, I remember what was that they were thinking that it would be the easiest to cast because this guy is just
Yeah.
Just
joke
cracking
guy,
jokes
just
and
jokes guy,
everything.
those jokes. So if you give
That was
someone the line, they should be able to do it. But
Yeah.
I understand what they mean when they say that Chandler, Matthew Perry made it his own, those lines, because dude, when you see the show and you go back and watch it, his reactions are a little different. His timing is a little
His
like
timing
the words, the way he
Yeah.
says the words,
Too
he'll
good.
elongate some word or shorten some others. Like something is very unique to the way
Very,
Matthew
very
Perry does it.
And he has a very
So when you were saying-
And he
comical body
gives an
language, I
added-
feel.
Yeah.
please, yeah.
Absolutely comical
True.
body language. I mean,
Exactly.
he doesn't need to come and tell the dialogue. I
True.
see
True.
Chandler, I start laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gives an adequate expression. I
Yeah.
feel like there
Yeah.
is not too much and not too less.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
इतना ही चाहिए था इस line में. There's nothing else you could do there.
Yeah.
And because every other impression from Matt LeBlanc is whenever he's shocked, there's the wide eyes. Is that
Yeah.
Joey expression? The wide eyes.
Yeah.
No, then we have Ross expression also.
Oh,
that-
dude, that Ross is a master of great physical humor. Like
Yeah, he is.
great
But
physical
have you
humor,
guys
so much.
ever felt that Ross' character was the underrated character?
Dude, absolutely,
Because-
always.
yeah,
I
Yes,
think
yes,
that was
absolutely.
mentioned
Yeah.
also.
And
Yeah,
That was
Yeah.
somewhere mentioned that he's
I saw it in some social post that his character is absolutely underrated and
I
his
would say
comebacks
so, I
are
agree,
very,
yeah.
very nice. Yeah.
dude. One of my favorite episodes is you ate my sandwich.
Yeah.
My
yeah.
sandwich. My sandwich. And then
Yeah,
keep going
okay,
on. Like
okay,
father and
okay,
father.
yeah.
The one with the one with the
Yeah.
Ross's sandwich is the
Yeah,
episode, right?
Yeah. And the pivot is evergreen.
Pivots. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
We talked about it. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, they talked about the
So,
pivot on the show also,
Mhm.
right? They talked about pivot.
Yeah,
The
there
blue
was a
push was
flashback
also
scene.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
there was a flashback.
So again, so Chandler was done. Then Joey was, I think he was just like really good as an actor, right? How was he cast? I am not remembering right now. Do you guys know?
He was a model, and then he
Hmm.
came for audition.
And he was just I think like a guy's
He was
guy.
a-
You want to hang with him?
yeah.
Was that the thing?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that was the thing, and he
Yeah.
was like, I think one of the model. He was doing some kind of modeling audition, and he just like came and did his audition, and he was like, yeah, that's Joey. Like that was like
Hmm.
done, instant.
Basically, he just dropped down to say, "How you doing?" And they're like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, we got
And
that." Nice.
then the producer just smiled.
Everybody said, "Yeah, we got
You're
it." Like, so then
Then Monica.
Monica? That's interesting.
I
Courtney
know.
Cox was first being
Yeah.
approached for Jennifer Aniston, for
Rachel.
Rachel's character.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
she was like, "No, I relate more with this one,
Monica, yeah.
with Monica. So I'm gonna let me try for that." So she lobbied for that and she got it.
And they were really
Interestingly-
dicey about it, right?
They were very pricey about it.
Dicey. Like they were really dicey that Monica, like
Okay, that
Courtney Cox
may
playing.
not work. Maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's possible.
I mean,
Like,
they
it could've
thought,
been.
Courtney was one famous out of all the cast.
Yeah.
So they thought this might be her show. She might
Yeah.
dominate.
Courtney
didn't
Cox
happen.
is actually
Okay.
one of my favorite movies ever. Is Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. Do you guys Know this movie?
I don't know.
It's a Jim Carrey movie.
Hmm.
Ace Ventura, this legendary, hilarious. If you guys ever
Okay.
I remember.
But anyway, moving on. So interestingly, you remember just a couple of minutes back, I was telling you about this other video that I saw, which was like after the show had just just about to end, right?
Yeah.
So in that video, they had mentioned that they did not mention this Monica part, that Monica was being considered for Rachel's part, but they did say that Rachel was being considered for Monica's role. So initially, what my understanding is, both of them were being considered for the other role, and both of them preferred this role. So they must have lobbied for this, and then they got it. So yeah, when things work out, they work out, I guess.
And even the
They
dedication
really
of an
do.
actor, I believe, to know what scripts work for them is absolutely nice,
Yeah, it's very true, man. Like I've done some
Yeah,
acting
yeah.
work, and I don't think I would be able
Yeah.
to make that kind of a call.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very weird. So that's the casting part. The casting part. This was the part where, like documentary style, the creators of the show and the cast members of the show were talking about their own characters and how they cast these roles. So then coming back to the James Corden interview part, the one where they're sitting in front of the fountain.
The fountain,
Yeah.
yes.
The biggest revelation that blew up the internet was, as Spoorthi mentioned, that David Schwimmer and Jennifer Aniston
Oh my god.
had like a love thing going in the first
Yeah.
season
Oh my
of
god.
the show, which I'm like, dude, why did that not happen?
Wait, I have a question on
Would
that.
have,
Okay. Do you think? Okay. When
Okay,
after
do you think that's
hearing
fake?
that-
Do you think that's fake?
No,
And
no,
they
no.
did that for the
That's
show?
not the fake.
Okay, I
No,
thought
I
you
have a
did.
question. Okay.
Okay.
No, that was not my question.
Okay, then that is my question. I did think of that. Do you
Oh.
think that was that's like a
No,
fake
no, no.
fact that they
No,
made
no,
up
no,
for this
no, no.
reunion?
I think why
Like,
would
sell
they
it more.
fake it now?
Yeah.
Like why
Yeah,
would
that's
why
true.
would even
That's very true.
like,
Why fake it now? Yeah. That's true.
I think it could have Friends reunion could have worked anyways. Like अगर ये नहीं भी बोलते तो फिर भी चलता ही वो like 8.4 IMDb rating आता उसका.
That's true.
So I feel it's not. It could have been something that they didn't want to release it before because of course these
Brad
guys.
Pitt. Because Brad Pitt is all like,
So, but I mean,
oh, you guys
Yeah,
also
Spoorthi.
noticed, right, that when Brad
that
Pitt was
when-
mentioned twice in the reunion, and each time
Yeah,
Jennifer Aniston
yeah,
just moved
yeah.
on to the next thing. Everyone noticed, and
Yeah.
I'm sure
Very evident.
very evident. Yes.
Oh yeah, I had a question.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes.
Usually actors do not reveal that they date off screen because they think that they might change the perspective of the entire show. For example, Big Bang Theory, Leonard and Penny.
Yeah.
Leonard has openly told you that he will never reveal that whether he dated Penny off screen
But we
because
know
he
that.
thinks that will change the perspective of the two actors. So
Yeah,
did that
yeah.
happen with Ross and Rachel to you guys? After hearing that, did that happen?
No.
Did something change?
No.
I can't say it did because I think the time thing firstly is a huge thing,
Hmm.
and
I'll tell you why.
see if we had known when the first season was coming out that they were a relationship or there could have been something, they were like attracted
Yeah.
to each other but they were dating some
Mhm.
other people, then everyone would have firstly lobbied,
Yeah,
they would have
true,
shipped them, the
True.
new
Yeah.
thing, they would have shipped these two people.
True.
Yeah.
But because we never knew and we were never any wiser,
True.
we just assumed these were like cast members that were working together, and that's the Ross and Rachel dynamic was really cool and it worked out. Whatever, as a dynamic it worked out. So I don't
Mhm.
think
And
I don't think
yeah,
this
I mean,
didn't
it
have
could
an
have
effect.
changed a lot of things because they would then have to like a lot of things could not be possible. Like fans would have gone crazy if they had shown breakup on
Yeah.
like 5 years
Dude,
into
yeah,
the
exactly.
season, they break
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
then the whole break wala scene.
On a break. Yeah.
Were
Yeah,
they
on a
the
break.
wala,
Yeah.
that
Al-
would have
also-
never happened.
Also, had they actually dated and then broken up also while they were still part of the cast, it
Yeah.
could
That
sure.
could have been
have absolutely ruined the show.
disastrous. I mean,
Like you never know because
But
Big
I-
Bang Theory made it work, but you never know. Anything could have happened.
but they have an
Really.
amazing chemistry on screen also. No?
Absolutely
Really
dude.
good chemistry.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
that's what they maintained it. So that's
Yeah.
crazy. For 10 seasons, they maintained the whole. Are they not kind of
Hey,
thing.
Yeah.
aren't they both single now? Is David Schwimmer
They,
single
they
now?
are. They both are single.
Ooh. Yes,
Something
yeah.
might have
There's like a love
Say.
triangle. There's a love triangle between Brad Pitt, Jennifer Aniston, and David Schwimmer.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Jennifer Aniston is gonna
It's gonna
have
what?
Because
have a
what
relationship
Ross
with David
mentioned is
Schwimmer now.
when they both had crush on each other,
Mm.
It's like, okay, when Rachel was dating, Ross was single. Ross was single, Rachel was dating. So, but now they both are single.
Yeah, I mean,
That's the whole.
it only
For the first
it only
time
makes
in the
sense if they got
Friends
together.
history, for the first time in the Friends history, they both are
History,
single.
yeah.
Oh, man. So
Yeah.
basically, this reunion was to get these guys to hook up. Basically, that was the point of the reunion.
It felt
The best reaction was Joey's reaction after they
Bullshit.
told
Yeah.
Yeah.
bullshit.
But you guys also know this, right? Matt LeBlanc has said, I think in multiple interviews since Friends ended, that the entire 10 years he had a huge crush on Jennifer Aniston. The entire time.
I think everybody
expected.
had.
Yeah.
Expected, yeah.
Expected.
वो तो है ही
I think-
loser.
I think Lisa Kudrow, I think Courtney Cox, David Schwimmer, Matthew Perry, Matt LeBlanc,
They all had
of
crushes
them
on
had
Jennifer Aniston.
crushes on Jennifer Aniston.
Didn't you, Antrix?
Yeah.
Antrix, didn't you?
I absolutely had a crush, but I'm not
Yes.
on the cast. I'm not important.
just-
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
Thanks for equating me with Matthew Perry. That is great.
No. I mean, in general, I meant. In
No,
general,
obviously,
not
man.
the cast.
I absolutely had a crush on Jennifer Aniston, but I used to find Monica a lot cuter. At least when I was watching Friends then.
I find Phoebe absolutely, amazing. Her laugh is, oh my god, the best thing.
Oh,
The most
you guys remember the bug
infectious
scene?
thing.
The what?
Bug scene when Phoebe just
Yeah,
like
when there was a bug on or this thing. Oh my god.
yeah.
That was so Phoebe.
She
Yeah, that
reacted
was
like
absolutely-
Phoebe.
that was
yeah.
so Phoebe, man. Oh shit.
So then,
You know, one
yeah, please go ahead.
one scene that I was like really astounded upon, like when this Matt LeBlanc got like his arm fractured. I feel.
Yeah, his arm
Left
fractured.
arm,
He
right
fell down.
arm.
Yeah, that
Oh,
part.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
That was-
yeah.
I had no
Before that part, like when they released his arm got fractured, and the fact that these guys used to hurdle before going, and
Huh.
only on that
Yeah.
particular day
didn't hurdle. Yeah.
yeah, they didn't do that, and that was like, oh, shit.
Yep.
That was something next level. I mean, and even if we don't connect the dots, it's like, okay, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, then they showed us the spot where they
Yeah.
do the huddle. And then they do like an awkward huddle, which is really awkward.
Yeah, really awkward. But then they did it for every day, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's
Yeah, I guess every day was that
That's
awkward.
nice.
Chalo huddle kare, please. Yeah, okay.
Crazy.
So then there was then this James Corden part, right? Then there was the table read part
Yeah.
where they were reading different
Scenes.
scenes or different
scenes.
episodes, parts.
Yeah.
I remember one of them was the table read part, and I remember one of the scene was the Ross and Rachel wala. Which scene was that, man? The Ross and Rachel wala scene?
The kiss scene, the first kiss
The
scene.
first kiss scene, no? The one,
Yeah.
okay, fine, and then he goes out
The
and she opens the door, the cafeteria one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Central
correct.
Park, sorry.
That's a
Cafeteria.
great scene that still holds up.
Yeah.
Did they read the proposal scene, the Monica Chandler proposal scene?
No, didn't
They talked
not
about it, right?
read it.
Definitely. They didn't read
They
it, though, no?
showed a flashback. They did
That's one of my
clip
favorite
of
proposal
that
scenes
episode.
in all of
Proposal
TV.
scene is one where the one person mentions, when
Yeah, someone
when
they talk, yeah.
people from
I think
all India
they
and
also
other
took
countries.
fan story.
Yeah. The one person particularly mentions that's how I proposed
Yeah.
my guy, and they showed
Yeah,
up.
it inspired me
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Yeah.
take a hold of my life and my
Yeah.
relationship. That's what he said. Dude, those fan testimonials was great.
Amazing.
I related like full on with almost all of them.
Yeah.
And
But how did they choose? I wanted to be on the.
I think
Indian
it was.
fan.
I think
It
they must
was-
have taken in like hundreds, and just told people, okay, send in whatever you want also, and if we like it, then we'll ask you to reshoot it with professional equipment with us or something. That could have been one way to do it. Or
You think it was? We also saw some like these David Beckham's message and
Yeah.
who else? King
Malala.
Harrington.
Malala was
Malala was so praised.
so random. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, and this
And BTS.
Yeah.
BTS.
Yeah.
Behind the
and
scenes.
HBO.
Okay, I get it.
HBO Max like did a full go on this, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, they lucked out. They are cashing in right now. I'm sure. Dude, still, people who are like huge viewership.
Yeah.
So yeah, what are the scenes that they table read? I forgot.
Oh, that
One was-
the apartment where they see Joey, Chandler and Monica making out.
Oh,
Phoebe and
yeah.
Rachel, they scream.
That was great. Oh yeah, that was
Yeah,
great. Oh,
they
my
read that.
eyes, my eyes.
Yeah, that particular scene.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, how can I forget
Yeah.
that? That was my favorite scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Uh,
Again, man, so many
they
great.
did 3 table reads. No, I feel one
Other
was
one.
Forgetting the last one
Ross
also.
and Rachel,
Exactly.
one was Phoebe, one was Monica. I feel Monica also did Monica and Joey or something.
What? Which one?
Damn it.
I'm just seeing Friends Reunion table read
It was
because
so overwhelming that we're not able to remember it.
So involved in that moment, like, okay,
Absolutely.
okay.
which scene?
I'm not remembering which was the last scene right
Well,
now.
let's throw it to our listeners. Huh?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Please comment below.
Yeah, please tell us which scene we are
scene
missing.
we are not
Yeah.
remembering.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then one of my favorite parts of this reunion was the quiz part, the apartment wala quiz.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
My only cribbing was I
Absolutely.
wanted them to continue with that and answer all the questions, dude. There were so many questions left which I didn't get to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun. But
And they answered exactly being in
So
their
many.
role.
matlab.
yeah,
Everybody,
that was
Monica,
practice.
everybody.
That scene was practice.
I
The
think,
answering one was
I think
practice.
that was
Rehearsed.
Oh
reenactment.
yeah.
Yeah, because Rachel was like, they did the whole, I'm going to toss the coin.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to pick
Yeah.
pick a side this
Yeah.
time. All that is rehearsed, dude.
Yeah.
All that's rehearsed.
But
Yeah.
they couldn't recall heckles.
Yeah, right.
Heckles, right? Yeah.
The heckles. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I think it was a total reenactment of what they did on originally.
Yeah, the questions were different, right? Slightly. Yeah, the questions were different.
Slightly.
No, Viva Las Vegas, which is Chandler's dad's
Transponster.
transponster. Yes. That's not even a word. Yeah, that quiz part was great. I wish they had
Oh shit.
gone on for more. That would have been great. So were there parts from? We already talked about guests that you would have liked to have seen on the show. Were there other parts from the show that you would have seen them talk about? Because this is probably the last time you'll hear all of them talk about any particular thing. So any particular
Absolutely,
scenes in general.
I think.
Like for me, I would have loved if they talked about their favorite cold opens, and my favorite cold open always is the could we be more white trash wala cold open.
Okay.
So I wish they had talked about that, but that's such a small part that to even ask for that, I understand is very ridiculous. But I would have liked it nonetheless. So anything like that, maybe you guys have that you were hoping that they would talk about it, but they didn't really.
I would have loved a monologue of cold open.
Or like a compilation of cold opens, you mean?
Yeah.
A monologue of cold opens, as in?
Yeah, compilation.
A monologue as in like someone talking about we had like some of the best cold opens and this one was great and that one was great and this one also like that.
Yeah, just could like mix it up or like a whole lot of and make it a monologue. Could have been worked. Could have not been worked. I don't know.
Yeah, but I would definitely have liked that one. What about you, Spoorthi? Anything that comes to mind for you?
There's so many things which I wanted them to do, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
like, so the thing is, again, like if you tomorrow or whatever this week sit and watch episodes of Friends, you'll be like, they should have talked about this. Oh yeah, they should have talked about this part also.
And actually they deleted the truffle
There's
scene.
one scene.
The truffle scene.
Truffle scene?
The truffle?
Yeah. It's been on social media everywhere. They had this truffle scene where Joey gives a truffle to Jennifer Aniston. They deleted it. It's not there in the Friends reunion.
So then where did you see it?
I saw it on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. The deleted
you
part
saw it
was there.
as a deleted scene. It's a deleted scene.
Yeah, I saw the
reunion.
scene. I'll send you the scene.
Yes, please.
It's a deleted scene from.
So,
I think they have cut
please go and check out the deleted scene.
Description.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that should be their next. Thing to do. Check out Friends reunion.
Got that
deleted scene. Yeah. And Friends reunion bloopers also. Have all of
that big truffle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I remembered. I think they did the starfish wala scene. Table read.
Oh yes, getting peed on.
Oh,
yeah, that's the one. Nicely done.
Right.
Yeah. Again, great scene.
Yeah.
I remember.
Great scene.
Oh, that scene they did really well because they kept going back and forth with the table read and the actual scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
They did it really well.
Yes.
I remember the part where they mentioned, "Yeah, I stepped up." And imagine anyone of you, I would have done it too. but I didn't have to go.
Crazy.
And then they all look at Chandler and they're like,
I
ah!
chickened out.
Crying. Yeah, I chickened out. So that whole
Crazy.
part, yeah, really well done.
It was amazing. Yeah.
It was a lot of pressure, something like that. He says, no.
Oh man,
Mm.
yeah, exactly.
So
A lot
one
of pressure.
scene,
Yes. Yeah, tell me.
one scene that I would really like when Ross says wrong name on the altar.
Had they all?
That was
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That was such a defining episode, dude.
That was not there. That
Yeah.
was one defining episode. That was one hell of an
Yeah,
episode.
they didn't get Emily back, man. Yeah, they didn't get Emily back.
Oh, Emily. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, they didn't. They got Monica and Ross's parents. They didn't get Rachel's dad
Oh, that
back.
was very, very beautiful. The
Yeah.
the way they spoke and all was very emotional.
Yeah, Elliot Gold.
Really
and-
nice. Yeah.
it was, yeah.
They both. It was
Yeah,
nice.
And I was
Very nice.
just recently watching the episode with Rachel's dad, where Rachel's dad shows up at Ross's apartment. Ross is with Mona.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so he's just gonna
No,
bang
my
my daughter
daughter.
and not marry her. He's like, hey, I wanted to marry. Hey, I asked to marry her, and then it turns out, but I didn't really want to. This is back
Yeah,
and
that
forth.
was bad.
Yeah.
That was
Hilarious.
crazy.
Oh man,
That was crazy.
so great.
Oh, I
moments.
love the story about the fact that Ross hated the monkey.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I've known that. He's told that story multiple times, but
And the
he told
way
more
he
of the story here
described
this
it.
time. Yeah.
Described
Describe it
it
more
was
this time.
hilarious.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they
yeah.
always say that working with animals and working with babies
Yeah,
is the most
it's-
difficult when it comes to
Yeah.
doing any
Absolutely,
sort of
Yeah.
production.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
I think
man.
that's it. We've talked a lot about the Friends reunion.
Yeah.
Do you think the current IMDb rating of 8.4 is fine? Is like it's earned? It's well earned.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely. I guess for not getting some people, yeah, we need to cut some marks.
I need to cut some
8.4 is good.
No, 8.4 is a very good rating. I'm just saying like this higher rating.
Yeah,
is it fine?
absolutely.
This is a very high rating for like a reunion show. I don't think a reunion show has been done like this before.
yeah, I mean, I feel the same. Like it's a high rating, but then I feel ki what else would have like been good for it. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, again,
Correct.
what
Yeah.
else
It's
could have been
all-
done?
Friends with
Mhm.
the only thing is like it's all accepted. Everything is accepted.
And
for
yeah,
that
they
show.
have tapped into many aspects, apartment, the fountain, people getting together.
Yep. Did we miss any part? Did I miss talking about
Wait.
any particular part?
We've talked about
So we talked about the coming into the apartment. We talked
Yeah.
about the table read part. We talked about the quiz game show part. We talked
Yeah.
about James Corden. We talked about the casting and the creators talking
Cameos.
about it. Anything else?
Hmm.
Yeah, that dance, the holiday armadillo. Oh, thank God they got the holiday armadillo.
yeah.
Like-
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice. I would have liked someone coming up, Joey coming in as Superman also after the holiday armadillo. Just sequence wise,
Yeah.
that would have been perfect. But so yeah, the holiday armadillo, that ramp walk thing was really stupid. But I'm glad they did at least got back some classic costumes from Friends. But
I know,
again,
yeah.
it could have been anyone under that. It didn't have to be Justin Bieber, dude.
Exactly. What connection? I really don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
No connection.
And even I really did not like the Lady Gaga part.
I did not like Lady Gaga.
Phoebe also wasn't
Yeah.
feeling comfortable. It was
Exactly,
so
she
I would have
wasn't.
loved.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
could tell.
wanted
Yeah,
Phoebe to sing Smelly Cat. That's it. We would have loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At most,
Totally.
get that actress from like second season who is Phoebe's like singing
Ooh,
partner.
yes.
At most
Yes.
get that,
Yes.
because at least that's
Yeah,
like a shout out to
More better throwback than
better throwback.
anything.
Exactly, better throwback,
Yes.
man. Because then you can have the background singers coming in and going,
Yeah.
"Cat,
Yeah.
smell it, cat,
Absolutely.
smell it, cat," and the whole song and all that they do after that.
But yeah, I mean, I think we've covered a lot. We must have missed some things, but I think
Yeah, I think we've covered a
on the
lot.
whole,
All three of
Oh,
us.
we missed Ben, I guess. People wanted Ben also.
yeah,
Ben
that
is
could
who?
be Cole Sprouse.
Oh yeah, Ben. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
He could have been Justin Bieber ka jagah.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. He could have been Justin
We
Bieber.
would have
Those-
loved. I would have loved
Either
to
of those
see,
brothers,
yeah.
because both of those brothers
Yeah.
played Ben, right?
Little part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
come
dude, Cole
on.
Sprouse could have done it. What's his name, dude? What's that
Yeah.
actor's name? Hank Azaria wasn't there, dude? Is David
Hank Azaria.
David's Phoebe's
think he
boyfriend
was not
David,
there, no?
the one who goes to Minsk? That's Hank Azaria.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was not
yeah,
there, no?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he also wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
Yeah, he was such a great actor on the show. He could have been there. Oh well, can't be helped.
So yeah, I
But
think
still-
that's why they didn't get
Yep.
9.
That's why they didn't get 9. Yeah,
Rating
oh,
because
makes sense. Yeah, correct.
They missed a lot of.
Yeah, this is Yeah, marks cut for bad handwriting. uh, this is, but still, it was. I think it was a
Yeah,
great watch.
for bad cameo tickets.
How much do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, final question before we end this round. How
Yes.
much rewatchability do you think this reunion has? You think you'll go back and rewatch it?
Max twice. Max twice. I won't rewatch. I will go and rewatch Friends again, but not the Friends reunion. Not more than 2 times, because it's more like you can't like really binge watch that Friends
That's true.
reunion.
That's true. That's true. But
Yeah.
it could. It
Yeah,
could,
yeah,
could-
absolutely.
But could it be that if you're missing Friends, that you'll watch the reunion instead of the actual show? I don't think. Is that going to
No,
happen?
I would watch the show.
I would
And
watch
I
the
would-
show.
and
I prefer show
I would agree.
always.
But like, so talking about it right now though has made me realize that the reunion was in fact really good. So some parts of it I might go back and watch again, or like search for certain
Absolutely.
clips from the thing on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Probably certain
Yeah,
clips.
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
not
yeah.
the entire thing. You're right.
And the deleted ones too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's it right now. Immediately. Let this get over. So that's the end of this half. We talked about the Friends reunion. Please let us know what you guys thought of it as well. We would really be interested in knowing that. Thank you so much. See you guys on the other side.
How many times have you motivated yourself to improve your sleep, or lose weight, or be more productive? How many times have you failed? Hi, my name is Ashton Doctor. Tune into my show, The Habit Coach Podcast, where we focus on creating small, tiny habits to improve your life instead of those big, impossible tasks. So make listening to me a habit every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com or on your favorite podcasting app.
Okay. Welcome back to the second half of the show. This is going to be a short one. We will just be giving you guys some awesome recommendations as to something that we have recently checked out or are consuming as we speak right now. Let's start. Let's go ahead with the recommendations. Surohini, what about you?
Yes.
What would you like to recommend?
Okay, so my recommendation for this week would be Mindhunter. It is a Netflix series. So basically, I've not really watched the whole seasons of it. I am still on the first season,
Oh, cool.
but I am like, so the plot of this series is it's basically a psychological crime thriller, and the plot is around two FBI agents. In 1977, they were trying to do a criminal profile kind of thing. So they were really profiling criminals and understanding criminal psychology.
Oh, they're
in
not trying to
every-
catch any particular criminal, just understanding criminal psychology.
No, they are trying to catch a particular. They are trying to catch particular criminals, but they're not able to understand that that person's psychology, that criminal's psychology. So, in order to catch that criminal, they needed to understand what that killer, murderer was thinking about.
Wow.
And so, in order to understand that, they started unfolding a series of events that eventually led to profiling of serial killers. Basically, serial killers as like a criminal profile
Oh,
came
wow. Like the term serial killer
yeah,
was founded because of them.
Oh,
yeah.
that's
Wow, that's
So-
interesting, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really interesting, and I've just started watching it, but I would really recommend anybody who loves psychological crime thrillers, to just go and watch at least one episode, and you'll know what I'm talking about.
How many
the-
seasons exist though of the show?
I think 3 seasons exist. It premiered in 2017,
Okay.
and the last season came in 2020. I think there must be one more season coming out in
Aren't there like some really cool producers attached to it or something?
Yes. So basically, Charlize Theron and David Fincher are the producers of this show, and it is
David
created.
Fincher.
Yes.
David Fincher, if you guys don't know, is the director of Fight Club and Gone Girl and Seven.
some of the
finest movies.
amazing finest movies.
Yeah, finest movies.
And it is created by Joe Penhall. So
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and the FBI agents Holden Ford is played by Jonathan Groff, and Bill Tench is played by is played by
Hey, then don't call
Holt.
someone a hoe, yeah. What is this?
Sorry, it's played by Holt McHoney. So
McHorny. What?
McOlney.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's a really nice series to watch, binge watch, understand.
Yeah, it has an actor called Ho McHorny.
Holt McHoney.
Rohini is making it 18 plus show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's already 18 plus, so I don't really
Yeah.
need to make it.
No.
But yeah,
No,
you
he's
guys should
making
definitely
IVM like-
watch. You should definitely watch. It's on Netflix. So go
Yep,
ahead.
please check it out. Mindhunter. All right.
Mindhunter. Yes.
What about you, Spoorthi? What would you like to recommend?
Okay, there's this one cool, amazing YouTube channel, okay? And the name is Spoorthi Speaks, and it's really good stuff. And please check
Nicely
it out.
done. Nicely done. Nice.
Nice. I like that recommendation.
Yeah,
Okay. What's it about,
Please
yeah, this
watch it.
channel?
it's about basically observational humor,
Okay.
relatable content.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, it's basically a Kannada YouTube channel, but I find it really good. And the
And
presence
relatable. I'm sure you find it really relatable.
And I think there is a similar
Very much.
there, no? A
Oh,
similar-
really?
Familiar face. I feel I've
You
seen
must have
that
watched
face.
it then.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah. The other recommendation is there's one movie called as The Great Indian Kitchen. It's a Malayalam movie. It's on Amazon Prime. It's so beautiful. I mean, it's very simple, very subtle. It conveys everything that it wanted to convey without you being known that, oh, it has been conveyed. It's not a preachy movie, but it tells you so many things. It's just a everyday movie. It's very raw, very simple, very subtle, yet very effective. The Great Indian Kitchen. So beautiful.
Does this movie also star Spoorthi Tej?
The one with the YouTube channel?
Yeah, the one on the YouTube channel?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
No.
I must have been thinking of something else. I must have been thinking about the YouTube channel, sorry.
Okay.
All right,
All
that's
right.
a recommendation from Spoorthi. I would like to recommend an app, the new Clubhouse app. Oh, damn it!
Expected.
Spoorthi, we had to do this.
This
We
was
forgot.
I win. This is what I expected.
This is this
win.
one. Yeah, that makes sense,
Yeah,
man. Absolutely. So
Yeah.
I joined the Clubhouse like 3 days back, and I have been hooked ever since. I'm finding like very interesting discussions about comedy, about cryptocurrencies, if you're interested, about investing. I found one of the funniest things on the app is something called Shoot Your Shot. Do you guys know what this is?
I don't know. What is it?
I don't know.
Okay, so Shoot Your
I
Shot is random people make random rooms. Okay, that's how
Okay.
Clubhouse is. You can just make a random room, then anyone can join.
Yeah.
So people make these rooms called Shoot Your Shot. Okay, where people can come, and if the room is for this purpose, it's like a dating app thing where people can then shoot their shot, or like say like a pickup line directed at one particular person or a couple of particular people. Okay, and then those people who the pickup line is directed towards, or whatever dialogue or whatever line is directed towards, can either say yes or no, or agree to go out, or in any way you want to take it forward, you can go forward with it. So these are Shoot Your Shot rooms. Okay, what is started happening now is discussions. So there are rooms, there'll be a Shoot Your Shot room in progress, and there'll be another room called The Problem with Shoot Your Shot Rooms right under it.
Okay.
And then it's just the people who are like, had like a bad experience where they like, maybe they hit on someone and they just got ridiculed.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe like, because I've heard this is what I've heard. I've heard that some guy or like multiple guys went on some group, on Shoot Your Shot group. They shot their shot and it wasn't successful. And they got made fun of, and they basically got bullied about, hey, who do you think you are? Look at how ugly you look and how good looking this chick is. How can you just shoot a shot at this person? So it like some really demeaning stuff happened because of this. So I got into a room randomly 2 days back about this guy who started a room called Let's Talk About Shoot Your Shot. Okay, but he didn't have like a clear agenda in mind. So because you need to have like your room needs to be clear as to what they'll be talking about or whatever. Okay, but otherwise it dissolves into screaming matches. So this guy didn't have like a clear idea, and because it was Shoot Your Shot or like talking about Shoot Your Shot, by the end, like there were like some 200 people already in the room, okay, in the audio space room. And then someone became wise to the fact that the moderator is not great, okay, and they started shitting on the moderator, and everyone piled on. Then they started having discussions about that room. So shooter shot has gone out of the window. They're talking, having a discussion about that room and the fights that are happening in that room while that room is still active. Okay, so people started fighting so much. I kid you not. It was 200 people in the room. I sent the link to all my friends. Okay, guys, come join this group fast. There's a fight going on. You don't want to miss this. You know what?
Shit.
I am sure, like me, half of the other people in that room also did the same. Because I kid you not, in like 15-20 minutes, there were 800 people in that room. From 200 went up to 800, which is ridiculous, but hilarious also. Oh man. So, but again, this is like a very minuscule part of the app. The app as a whole is a lot richer and a lot better. And there are discussions that can be to your liking a lot of the time. You can just put it on in the background, keep it. If you don't want to be a participant as a speaker, you can just be a listener in the room. And yeah, a lot of cool discussions are going on the app. I would say that I at least recommend that you guys check it out if you can. It's open to Android users also now, which is also a plus. So that's my recommendation.
Yep.
That's
We can just
really cool.
run down our recommendations again quickly. So, Roni, what do you recommend?
I recommended Mindhunter on Netflix.
All right. Spoorthi, what about you?
I recommended The Great Indian Kitchen on Amazon Prime.
And one more thing, I think something else you recommended, no?
Yeah, Spoorthi Speaks. SPWRTHI Spoorthi Speaks.
Cool. And I recommended the Clubhouse app. It's an audio platform.
And I win the hamper.
Sorry?
I win the hamper, Antariksh. When are you sending me?
Oh, the Coffee with Karan hamper?
Sorry?
The Coffee with Karan hamper. What hamper?
Yep. I guessed it right now, Clubhouse.
Oh, you guessed the Clubhouse. Yes, correct. Okay. I'll send you an invite to Clubhouse.
I'm already in Clubhouse. Okay, I'm already there.
Okay, so it's
I'm already there.
Very simple. You have to just have to delete the app, and then I'll send you another invite, and it's all right.
All right.
That was great. What a fun episode. Lastly, Spoorthi, we ask our producers and people who join us on the episode to share their social media handles so that people who want to follow them can follow them online. So please tell us where you can follow you, and you can plug your YouTube channel again.
Sure, yeah. Everywhere it's just Spoorthi Speaks. Instagram, Spoorthi Speaks. YouTube, Spoorthi Speaks. Twitter, it's Spoorthi page.
Oh, okay.
And Clubhouse also, Spoorthi Speaks.
Spoorthi Speaks on Clubhouse. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Rohini, what about you?
Yeah, it's Srohini Jain at Srohini Jain on Twitter. All right, it's time to wrap up, guys.
All right.
Bye.
And I'm Antariksh T on Instagram and Antariksh Track on Twitter and Antariksh T on Clubhouse as well. Please follow us everywhere. Thank you so much, guys. This has been a lovely episode. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys next week for the 200th episode. Don't miss that.
Woohoo!
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Remember the last vacation you took? What about the one you took 3 years ago? Okay, how much do you really remember? It's a question I've asked myself often over a decade of traveling the world. Hey, I'm Utsav and I do not travel the world for a living. I have a full-time job and responsibilities, but I have made traveling the world a priority. Priority enough that I negotiate extra leave in my job contracts, obsessively track my frequent flyer miles, and I'm willing to take off at the sight of a cheap ticket. Yes, I am cheap. I have lived and worked in 3 countries. I understand human behavior for a living. And these experiences have given me unique insights into places, people, and culture. With over a decade of travel behind me, I increasingly realized one thing, that we cannot see everything. So whatever we see, we must see deeply. Because as the film of memory decays, the imprints which will stand the test of time are the ones felt by the immersion of the senses, not by fleeting encounters with them. Postcards from Nowhere is an immersion into the world of slow travel, one story at a time. Tune in every Thursday on the IVM Podcasts app, website, or wherever you get your podcast from.
Advertising is dead. Yep, you heard me right. Advertising is dead. We're all in the content business now. Let's not call it news, TV, radio, etc., etc. It's all content, and we're in the middle of this weirdly exciting phase where all the borders and lines that have been drawn over decades has been swept away by this lovely thing called the internet. We're a show where we don't dwell on just the stuff that is now, but rather the wider stuff about advertising, media, content, and the whole goddamn circus surrounding it. Tune in every Tuesday for our weekly unboxing of the mystery box we used to call advertising. I'm Varun Dugirala, co-founder and content chief at The Glitch, and this is my new podcast, Advertising is Dead.